So I'm not sure if this is gonna work, and if it's not gonna work, I don't know anymore. And why am I again here? Okay. If this is gonna work or this is not gonna work, let's just see. Let's just see if this is gonna work. So I just really just want to try this. This is gonna work or this is not gonna work. Let's just see.
Oh, so like, listen, right, guys. Right, listen, yeah. Now we've got the voice thing. What you can do is agitate the ghost just by saying its name. Judy Buckley. Are you here? Oh, so like, listen, right, guys. Right, listen, yeah. Now we've got the voice thing. What you can do is
Okay, so it seems like it's actually working right now. Yay! So hey, I was just trying to. Hey, what's up, Zeev? How you doing, bro? Hey, so I was thinking we can do a little reaction on PlayStation PS2 VR because, dude, I have literally no time, and since I don't have I don't have real time for creating those Wednesdays news video, I was like, hey, so why don't we just gonna go through some news, man? If you have any, what's up, Jay? If you have, guys, if you have any links that you wanna watch, let's just watch, man. Because hey, listen, PSVR2 news, right? I just wanna know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yo, guys, what's up, Jay? What's up, guys? This is gonna be fun. Let's watch some news, man, because I don't know what's going on. You guys in? VR. Okay, so look, Jamie Harrow, that's my favorite guy. Yeah, let's just watch this guy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Where today
Bro,
we are
Behemoth.
fastly approaching.
Okay, Behemoth. You guys watch? Have you guys played Behemoth? Tell me, did you actually guys play Behemoth? Oh my god. Because this is gonna be crazy.
The PSVR2 second anniversary, but before we get into the content cycle of talking about my favorite games from the last 2 years, the headset as a whole 2 years later, and whatever Sony cooks up on the anniversary if they do so, let's take a look at some news that might get swept.
I was literally playing Behemoth, bro, like 1 hour, and I need to play it. I got... Zeep said he didn't, never played though. Guys, bro, like, I need this. I need literally time to play this game, bro.
Under the rug a bit if any news comes up from Sony on the anniversary. So, there is quite a lot to
Can
talk
you
about
hear
here.
it?
Before we get into it though, we are trying to get to 20,000 subs. That is a ridiculous number. Any help towards that would be very much appreciated. And thank you to our patrons and YouTube members for making this possible.
This is literally for the first time I'm doing this.
First
like
off,
a
I've
reaction.
been talking to the GNMX devs who make Snow Scout and 90s Extreme Skiing, and they've been hard at work making sure that some of the best parts of 90s Extreme Skiing, like the better skiing physics and the better load times and a couple of quality of life features, have
fucking Olympic Games, dude.
Come over to Snow Scout. That should be out about now. I've got a couple more updates in the works for the future, so please keep a lookout.
Wolf VR.
If you've not played Snow Scout, it is essentially a skiing adventure with you at the heart of it as you open a ski resort just before the season begins. I really enjoyed it. It's a fantastic indie game, and now it'll be even better.
Wait, so is this like a ski game new on PlayStation VR? I didn't see it in the shop. Oh, that's cool. So if we're gonna have that, like, that's crazy. Let me just put this on. Yeah, this is working now. That is cool, dude. And imagine if, I don't know if he mentioned if it's multiplayer, but they will be actually crazy.
Secret of the Mimic has disappeared from all mentions of PSVR2. We covered this a little bit more in depth the other day, so please take a look at that if you have not. But essentially, the PSVR2 tag for this game is gone. And we don't think that it's cancelled completely. I would hedge a bet that it's probably delayed and coming later. We know Steelwood had quality control issues with their games before, and it wouldn't surprise me if they were finishing up and polishing up the game on the flat screen before dedicating their resources to the VR port of it. Take a look back at the launch of Security Breach. That game was a bit of a buggy mess and really unoptimized, so hopefully we have a better launch for Secret of the Mimic, and splitting the timelines between the VR launch and the flat launch hopefully should result in a better end product, just like it did for Help Wanted when that launched as a VR product and then got flat screen support later. Speaking of...
Dude, Jamie Hero, this guy that I'm rewatching right now, this guy, I remember him when he had like 1,000 subs, and he went up since like last year. He probably had like 2,000, I think, or like a half year ago. I literally started to watch him when I got the PS5. I think he grew so fast. Yeah, if you talk about the wolf, yes, okay. I had no idea.
Support, Phasmophobia will be getting microphone recognition support.
Bro, Phasmophobia. Oh, what did he say, bro? What the fuck did he say?
Of support, Phasmophobia will be getting microphone recognition support sometime this week. We're not exactly sure when. It could have been yesterday or today, to be honest.
Dude, what do you mean by microphone recognition?
So it might even be out already, but we know it's coming at some point, and this essentially will allow you to talk to the ghosts. They'll be able to hear what you say. If you speak their name over and over, they'll get angry. You'll actually be able to speak to them on the spirit box, which is fantastic to see. It's a feature people have been wanting for a very long time, and we'll definitely take a look at it when...
Dude, I got that Phasmophobia, but I have no idea. We need to play this. We actually need to play this game, man. Talking to the ghost, bro, like, what?
It comes out either later on this week or over the next day or
crazy,
so, because
man.
It could be out already. They haven't given us a time. Next up, unfortunately, it seems like Metro...
And you know what's cool about the game? That, like, you don't need to... you can have a flat screen and you can still play with other people. I love that. Hey! And this is my Metro, my guy!
Performed in terms of the financial expectations of management of the Embracer Group. And while they say that the positive reception from critics is very much appreciated, yeah, the game apparently didn't sell as well as they expected it to, which is a real shame because it is a great game. If you haven't got it, I would encourage you to pick it up maybe on the next sale, especially if you're a Metro fan and somehow haven't picked it up already. Let's hope that the sales can keep accumulating over the next year or so.
Bro, honestly, like a Metro for me was such a great game. Like, dude, like, in Metro, what I like, to be honest, like, one of the coolest thing, like, once you start playing a little bit more VR, again, I am not, like, a big, I haven't tried, I mean, I have tried a lot of games, but I haven't been playing them, like, so thoroughly. But Metro, what I like, for example, there are a couple, like, zombie games, like Walking Dead, right? And I'm specifically talking about zombie games in Walking Dead because you have a bag over there. And, you know, when you pull out the bag, you have like 20 slots that you can put, because you usually scavenge and you getting, you know, different items. But it's like, yeah, anytime you grab like an item or, you know, to whatever, you put them in a bag and you're putting them into those slots that looks like an inventory, which wouldn't be that bad or anything. I'm not saying it's bad, but like once you play Metro game, like in Metro, once you pull out the bag, you just have in a bag, like there's a battery on the side. And then there's you can put AK-47, you know, and you can put, you just see stuff on the back and you just pull it out from the back. It's not anymore like in different slots in inventory as you would have in usual games. You know what I'm saying? Walking Dead, Zeef says, Walking Dead Saints and Sinner would be insane with multiplayer. Yeah, it would actually be really good in multiplayer. But what I'm trying to say in here, the difference between playing Metro and, for example, Walking Dead, is that in Metro it feels real. Because everything that you see on the back, you see on the back. But when you play the zombie, like Walking Dead, it's a little bit like, you know, you see this kind of, You know what I'm trying to say? You see the slots like in a flat screen game. That's what I tried to say.
However, in my opinion, I don't really think it sold too badly, to be honest. As I think, if I remember right, it was listed as one of the main drivers of revenue for Embracer recently.
This is actually
so
really cool.
It obviously sold a fair bit. I just don't know whether it's broken even or made its budget back. I doubt it's made its budget back, maybe, if they're saying it underperformed. But who knows? A new PSVR2 game got announced that's inspired by Pokemon Snap, and it's called Monster Snap. Now, this is an on-rails game, which usually would have me immediately not interested, but there's a difference here. Essentially, even though you're on rails going around the world, you're taking photos of cryptids with your camera as you go along, and it is launching on all VR platforms, including PSVR2. This is developed by Mood-Up Games, and includes creatures like mermaids, werewolves, and unicorns. And I'm assuming a couple of them might be a little bit more scary than that. They're targeting Q1 2026 release window, so a little while to go, but PSVR2 is confirmed. Mech fighting game Underdogs has also appeared as a physical pre-order, saying it'll release on the 4th of April 2025, which isn't too far away. Now, it's unclear whether the game will also launch on this date on digital storefronts as well. I imagine it'll either be on this date or earlier, obviously. Again, I am away during this time, but I'll speak to Pub Games, who are the publishers of this, and see if I can get my hands on it. A little bit early for you guys, because God, it just seems like everything's releasing while I'm not in the country. Hopefully the stars align though, and I'll get my hands on it for you guys. But this is essentially a physics-based mech brawler which has unanimous praise on all other platforms, and it'll be a great addition to the PSVR2 lineup. We also have an official return date for the VR Game Showcase. March 11th, it'll be back at about 5 PM GMT here in the UK. Unless the clocks go back or forward again, I can't remember. But around 5 or 6 here in the UK, 9 AM PT for definite. And we're promised a look at some brand new PSVR2 games, from Flat to VR, as well as a look at some of Flat to VR's games that they've already revealed. A host of new ones, another look at Hitman as well. IOI, if you are listening to this, please
guys, have you ever played Hitman? Hitman is a shit, okay? Hitman is a shit. I grew up on a first and second, and the idea that there's gonna be VR version, which is I already pre-purchased, already I have the version, I'm just waiting for the VR version. Dude, I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it all the time. Like Hitman
and a bunch more from industry veterans and newcomers alike. It's going to be a really good one. I'm going to be streaming it somewhere, somehow. If Brian is doing a show over on Without Parole, I'll be over there.
Arizona?
If not, like last time, it was just me, I'll be doing it on the channel here. So come in, stop by, say hello, and see what reveals we have lined up for us.
It's a banger.
And finally, some news that I'd rather not be delivering, to be honest, but unfortunately, Toast Interactive has had to close their offices, as they put out an important message earlier saying to everyone in the VR community, we are closing the Toast Interactive office. It's a heartbreaking decision that we never wanted to make.
You see, this is the game for me, you know what I'm saying? Don't give me anything scary, I'll play this.
The next journey. We're incredibly grateful.
It reminds me the other game with the mouse.
The creation of Max Mustard, and every single accolade speaks volumes.
I have played only the demo.
Experience and Max Mustard with a leaner approach. We want to thank and acknowledge everyone who has been part of our journey at Toast. Sincerely, Tony and Richard. Now, this just fucking sucks, man. I don't know what else to say. Max Mustard is the peak of the VR platforming genre, in my opinion. No other VR platform on PSVR2 comes close. Really good. It was so polished, just fantastic, and it sold fairly well, it seems, on PSVR2. A lot better than they thought it would. And still, we're unfortunately here, which just sucks. If you see any of the devs on social media just looking for work or anything like that, please give them like a repost. Anything like that to boost their visibility, basically, because these devs are fantastic. As for Richie's Plank experience, it was announced for PSVR2 a little while ago. I think it is still coming to be.
Okay, so who says what? The FNS Secret Mimic devs confirmed that PSVR2 mode is not coming out on the launch day. Hey guys, have you ever... I'm still like keeping the eye on the Half-Life Helix. I hope they're gonna put that shit on PSVR2, man. What we got? Trying to get 20k. I got you, blah blah blah. That subs. Also didn't buy Metro VR just because it was too expensive, in my opinion. No, I think like Metro VR is AAA game that worth every penny. Like seriously, Metro. It's one of the best games I played. And again, I'm not the guy who plays scary games. This one, it's definitely worth it, man. Well, so that's one of those news. Guys, do you have anything that we can go through? Like, Jamie has a really cool shit. There's a 2 days ago he came with Behemoth. That sounds pretty interesting. Oh shit! Hey, what we got over here? Coming, MetaQuest, PSVR, and PCVR2. What do you guys think? I was wrong. Yeah, let's just go through Jimmy. Jimmy has a kind of cool stuff. I kind of want to see the
with Google
Behemoth,
Workspace. You can create a Gmail account with your own.
There was like this. There was a update, pretty big one, like 9 gigabytes. I seen it like last week. And again, I didn't have a time to go through to read anything, so that's why we're doing this.
Behemoth has just been updated on PSVR2 for the second time in a couple of months, and it's a really solid patch. And today we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking a little bit about the last patch as well, because I didn't jump in and play that and make a video on it when it came out, but I did actually have some experience with it, and that one fundamentally changed the game a little bit more than this recent one has, but they're both really worth mentioning. And the main question I really want to answer is it time to pick up this game if you've been waiting for it to be patched up? Before we jump in and take a look and kind of break down everything that Skylance have said about the game going forward as well, and
they
the
say
patch
like
notes
it's one of the best
patch
games
that came out
ever
on the 12th.
made. So
only 25% you are subscribed. If you do feel like subbing to the channel, please feel free to do so, because we are trying to get to 20,000 subs. That is the goal.
Because we playing
hoping to reach
the
it over the next couple
PCD
months,
on
so
the
please
weekend.
feel free to do so. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members as well. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. With that being said, let's take a look first and foremost at the patch that came out a couple months ago and break down what that did. The patch drop that kind of overhauled the combat a little bit. Now, at launch, some people complained that Behemoth's combat was feeling a little bit hit or miss in terms of the parry detection and the hit detection.
I would compare it, when I was playing a little bit of this, I would literally compare it almost like Demon Souls in VR, dude. I can't, really, it was that good. Speaking of which, there's a mod on Demon Souls 2. I need the PC VR, dude. We need PC VR. I play Demon Souls, so
and stuff like that, and a little bit about the stamina as well.
Even
and
Indiana Jones was
the
on
big
a
one. Fixed that up a little bit and made it feel
wow.
a bit more cohesive than it was before. For me personally, when the game came out, I still found the combat really satisfying. I didn't find that it was that unresponsive or anything like that, but I think it really required you getting into that flow. And at its current point, I played the game twice, once before launch, once after launch, and I've tested out a couple of things after this latest patch, but essentially after that combat patch, it did feel a little bit better. But it does still require you to get into kind of the flow of the combat of this game, because it's a very different feeling game in terms of combat to, say, Arcane Age, which came out in January. That feels a little bit more free-flowing, while Behemoth requires you to kind of get into that form of fighting that the game requires, if that makes sense. It's slightly hard to describe.
I'm definitely trying this game. Dude, try it. I can't wait to try actually to kill the boss, because he's so huge. Imagine you just kill this giant.
If you haven't played it, if you have played it,
I hope he's gonna show it.
It's by no means bad though, and at launch, I was perfectly happy with the combat experience, and I felt it was brutal, fun, and challenging. Nowadays, it's a little bit easier than it was back then, and it's less inconsistent, but I still felt at launch I was happy.
I'll be actually shooting myself. I need to go.
If you're waiting for it to be patched up in terms of combat, though, that happened a little while ago.
See, if you
in current day,
you go play and you tell us.
Now, the latest patch on the 12th involves the fixing of 700 or so bugs. And to be honest, this wasn't massively needed to make the game playable or anything like that. You know, in my first initial playthrough of the game before launch, I was playing early build, and the bugs there were a lot more than they were at launch. But even then, I still had a great time playing the game. I ran into one bug which was a little bit wonky. That kind of really stood out, and the rest of them were pretty subtle.
It's one of the best looking games you ever gonna play.
I found that the game played
after Horizon. Still, like, Horizon was amazing, right? Definitely try the demo. I never played a full game of Horizon, but this one, it looks like one of the best games, like, because it's so,
and I didn't really run into any
so
bugs
much
there
light.
The most I would see was a little bit of pop-in, and
great.
that has been fixed, both in the last update and this one. So if you've been waiting on that being patched, there you go. However, it's definitely worth having a look at Skylance's actual patch notes and their letter to us players about the game, to see what this update includes.
My friend was showing me some psychotic
to our dear Wings of Vengeance, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Now it's gone.
You should switch
and we wanted to share our love, appreciation for
maybe,
the second
maybe we
major
should
patch
do that,
for Skylance's Behemoth.
Like, there will be
the team
actually
has been hard at work since the start.
You know, the problem is when you do VR live, I cannot interact with people because I have to just play the game. I don't see the chat.
The year, and our big focus has been on getting the feedback we've heard from everybody here and turning that into meaningful improvements to the game. Our hope is that if you've said something about the game that irks you, you'll see something in these patch notes that addresses it.
That's why we're playing the flat
So what's
screen,
in this heart candy filled patch? We've taken a fine-tooth comb across all our environments, and a ton of pops, holes, and floating objects have been addressed across all platforms. We've also figured out what
There's a friend from Austria, Eichen, guys. You know, Eichen, he said he's working on an application, so...
causing our audio layers to drop out from time to time, so our soundscape should now be relentlessly immersive. Rats will no longer steal Coloss from Ren's inventory, nor the environment, keeping all bars intact. We've spent a good amount of time with hand grips across the game, so climbing, grabbing, and behemoth riding should see some significant improvements. All told, we fixed over 700 issues, large behemoth-sized and small Ren-sized. This is not our final word, nor our final patch. There are some longer tail-like issues that will take some time to sort, and more quality of life improvements that we'd like to roll out as well. We're also planning on fulfilling our promise to bring Arena Mode out of beta. We'll have more details about what we're doing there in the coming months. With that, we wish you a happy Valentine's Day. We hope you can feel our love for this game, and for you, our community of Titan Killers and Hollow Delvers. Sincerely, your friends at Skylance Games. Aside from all the pop-in stuff they're talking about here, which is the main issue that I found visually with the game, both before and after launch, the fact they've listened to the community and have put out all these fixes is fantastic. There are some PSVR2-centric fixes in the full patch notes, which are a bit dry to read through.
That would be the game I would actually go play.
It's basically a PDF you can go and read. Not everything is listed there, not all 700, but the main ones are, and there are some PSVR2 specific ones, which is great to see. But the main thing here that I felt recently over the last couple of days playing the game again, in the gameplay improvements, kind of fixes my only real criticism of the game gameplay-wise that didn't really click with me, and that was occasionally the climbing, especially in the final behemoth boss fight, or should I say final overworld behemoth boss fight, where I wanted to grab onto different ledges and it just didn't really let me. This is now pretty much sorted. It feels great now to climb. I've really enjoyed jumping in and playing through the game a little bit for the third time, just kind of picking and choosing certain levels and seeing how they feel, and the game does feel a lot more responsive now in that climbing aspect, which is the main thing I wanted to see fixed. There was a little bit of improvement to this in the last patch, and to be honest, it was still perfectly playable and fun. Like, for the 99% of that climbing time, it felt great to do, but it's just that 1% that brought it down, and in VR especially, you feel that 1% more than it actually is, if that makes sense. But now, because of this patch, it is much, much better. The second thing as well is that obviously Arena Mode is fun, but it's in beta. I want to see what they do with it in the full release when it comes. But it's good to see Skylance aren't done.
I just want to chill, dog. Like, really? We're gonna do...
Chapter 2 with a couple of bugs there.
You don't want that from me right now, dude. Like, I'm like...
The game is still great, but there are a couple of things that Skylance seems to have kind of gone over and glossed over and just gone on to Behemoth, ignoring some of the issues with that game. I was worried they were going to kind of gloss over some issues.
That is actually crazy,
move on to the next project and kind of leave this one as it is, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because the game is still fun, but it's good to see they're committed to adding these features, content that they promised, and fixes for what people have been complaining about.
We have been waiting.
Overall, the game is great to play. It was at launch, in my opinion. I really, really loved it, but it's even better nowadays. If you play through it before, you might find it feels pretty same, to be honest, because the game, again, felt good anyway. But you might jump in and find that a couple of things that may have bothered you have now been fixed and patched up. Please let me know if you've tried it or jump into the game after this video and enjoy it a little bit more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.
Just because you're saying this... Oh, sorry. Just because you're saying this, I might just jump on Saturday on VR, okay? Instead of KCD, even though I want to play KCD so much. Dude, like, I want to play KCD, but I can do like 2 hours of Behemoth before I just... What do you say? We can start with Behemoth when I'm full of energy, you know, go play some Behemoth, and then we will go and for like the last hour just chill and, with the KCD. Okay, so we can actually do that. I know what? We should actually do that. Because first of all, I need to... When we have this time, or I have this time, I actually should play those games, you know? And have like a playthrough of each one of those games. Or we could try some multiplayer games. Yes, we can do that too. You know what? I'm gonna create a question. And we can like vote. Hey, what do you guys want me to play? We can go play Behemoth, either Behemoth. You can just chill and watch, or we can play together Pavlov or something like that. New VR games. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch another. What is it today? Thursday, right? So on Saturday, which is in 2 days. Wow. Damn, the week is fast. But I like to do this because, you know, we can go through some news again, you know, like I have no idea, bro. So it's, you know, it's good that we can go through some news because I want to stay in the picture, basically. Bro, that Hitman Retro Packet. Okay, I don't know you. Are you gonna be commenting something?
For everyone.
Okay, good.
Games dropping across MetaQuest 3, PSVR2, and PCVR. Even if you're into high-speed action, mind-bending puzzles, or immersive horror, this lineup has something for everyone. Developers are pushing VR to new heights, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming.
Why does it feel like some honestly, it feels a little like some AI or something. I'm sorry, let me just go YouTube here. Let's do 1 or 2 more. What do you guys say? Horizon Worlds. What is this? Nothing but headshots. I want to see the PSVR2. Oh, hey, Polish guy. Let's just go through. There's another friend. I see. I like this guy too. He's from Poland. Could you move the camera over the right of the screen? Sure, I can do that. Yes. All right. What happened? Oh, I fucked. What did I? Is everything okay? Oh God. I can see. On the right side? On the right? Okay. Like that. Like this. And then I transform. I'm learning with this. Like that, I guess. Hey, is that better, guys, or what do you say? That should be a little better. Okay. So we got a virtual reality 3 hours ago. Pinball! Bro, what? I would prefer him to play Metro soon. Yeah,
Hello,
right?
it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to the channel. We are here today to do some more virtual reality news for PC VR, PSVR2 and MetaQuest platforms.
Okay.
And today I would like to start from MetaQuest and talk about the brand new announcement of Pinball FX VR that is coming to Quest 2 and Quest 3 on 3rd of April this year. This game will utilize mixed reality mode, which means you can place the pinball table in your house and it's just gonna look cool. The base game will sell at $9.99 and will include free tables, but there will be some DLC tables as well, as it goes for
this reminds me like those arcade.
There was some
like
VR FX games, Pinball FX games in past.
It actually cost so much money, bro.
Pinball FX2 VR.
Like
also, you've had Star Wars Pinball VR, and I must say, Pinball FX in VR is one of my very, very well liked VR experiences. I'm coming back to it a lot. Nice to see it coming to Quest. Definitely will be cool to have it. All those pinball tables in your living room with mixed reality mode, with still all the stuff happening around you and looking cool. As of now, only announced for Quest, so I don't know if it's gonna come to other platforms like PSVR2 and PCVR. Who knows? We see. But as of now, for Quest on Quest 3, I definitely think this mixed reality mode it's for games like this. That's gonna be so cool. And this game got very good pinball mechanics.
Soon, he can scream.
Quite expensive when you want everything with DLCs, but hey, that's just life. The game is cool though. Drums Rock received Linkin Park Music Pack DLC that is available.
Oh shit, Drums Rock, we got this. My friend got actually, so he got on that game. He got so good. I don't know, I didn't like it as much.
For you to download. Now,
but when I really
in this DLC, you're gonna get
Linkin
songs
Park.
like In the End, No.
What I really liked though on this game, it was like, maybe I'm just not as good with this. But there's a better game, I think. I believe the name of the game is Ragnarok. And hey, come get like an early VR live today.
Faint, Somewhere I Belong.
What do you mean? Hey, come get like in like 30 minutes?
And One Step Closer. So the classic
You want
songs,
me to play a little
nothing
VR?
from the new
what the
album with the new singer. Maybe we're gonna get it one day, maybe
Dude, I'm
not,
gonna go
I don't
sleep
know.
in a few.
But speaking about drumming games,
Saturday,
let's move on
we can do
to
this on
another
Saturday.
drums games announced for PlayStation VR2. And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember now, I've been doing this channel for a while, but Smash Drums meant to come to PSVR1, I think, but now it's coming to PSVR2. VR rhythmic games with drums, with
So
more
they
advanced
really did a big
mechanics.
update
The
on
developer
this.
said they crank up the graphics for PSVR2 version. Also, they got the
What do you say
PlayStation 5 Pro
on this, man?
updates for the 10 people who bought PlayStation 5 Pro. And also, of course, PSVR2 controllers gonna give you better feedback because of
not
the
tonight,
adaptive
bro.
trigger and of how awesome the anything on PSVR2 controller feels. It's definitely truly the great controller. Still a bit shitty on Sony that they don't sell in spare ones, but I could moan about it all day. But never mind. Moving on to another story. Console versions
That looks way
of
better. What do you say about the drums, though? I mean,
Phobia, that includes PlayStation VR2 version. Finally
Phasmophobia.
got this highly requested feature that was out already on.
do you? I still don't get the voice recognition. What does it mean? Like it would. You see, because I never played the game. I am tired, dude. I'm telling you, I just came here just to test this.
And this
yeah,
is the voice
this is the
recognition.
reaction.
Yes, you wanted it, you wanted to speak and be recognized for it. And now it is working. The developer announced this update as of today is live. And now let's speak about Retronica. This game leaving early access on Quest today. This is a hoverbike game where you're going from point A to point B, or start to finish, let's say, on a bike without hoverbike, without dying. Beautiful.
Oh, the ghost can hear you now. Oh, that's what that meant. Oh shit.
Art style. The graphics they render are amazing. The developer offered me to play the game, before this release on Quest, but because my Quest is barely alive, the battery on it lasts like 2 seconds. Never use charge and play cables for your quests. I'm gonna have to get myself the new Quest very soon.
Zeev says, like, if me and you had on our mics and talking and walking around, they could hear us. And if you talk, they can hunt you down? What? Are you serious?
But hey, I need to wait.
We need to play the Phasmophobia for real.
But anyway, it is coming to Steam.
We
and
do
on
need to play
Steam,
Phasmophobia, man.
that's the version I'm gonna play, so I just gonna wait a bit, but definitely looking super cool. I love that this graphic art style, and the games like this work great in VR. Maybe on Steam we've got more titles like that for it, but Quest and PSVR2, they do lack those type of cockpit / vehicle experiences. We definitely need more, so if you own a Quest, go and get it. It looks like a really cool game. Speaking about cool games, on Quest in early access there's a game called Anomaly, and this game is an extraction shooter in virtual reality. very cheap. It only sells for 6.99 quid, I think. So what you see in the background here is the updates the developer is working on.
That's only on Quest,
and
okay.
this is the
I was
update
like,
that
I
is
didn't
out,
see
and
this
with this
ever.
update comes improved graphics. Quest got this cool thing about it that many games, for some reason, releasing not fully optimized. I don't know why. Not looking far, just look at the Alien Rogue Inclusion or Hitman 3 VR. You know, the developers always have to
It's not all
fix it
about the
after
Quest.
the release.
It's,
of course, this is a different
this
story because
Polish
it's an
Paul
indie game
VR,
in
he
the
always
early
cover
access.
everything
But
about
definitely,
virtual
any game with
reality.
graphical update for Quest is
Which
welcome. On
I don't
28th
mind
of March for
because
Steam VR and Meta Quest headsets.
I would
Unpatterned
eventually
Cut
want
will
to
release.
try get the PC.
Struggling to get started on your book?
You know, start doing.
Meet
what do you call
Squibbler,
it?
the AI book writer that
PSVR,
transforms your
man.
ideas.
If you want to check out this game already, there is a free demo out on Steam, so go and download it. The meaning and the message is simple. Unpatterned Cut is a virtual reality action reflex game where you have to finish the episodes by killing
That reminds
enemies
me
to
the
survive in the
Pistol Whip.
simulation
No, not really.
and maybe save your loved ones. Also,
so whimsical,
push yourself
right?
on scores and climb the
looks so
leaderboards
whimsical.
rankings against other players. The developer said there is
That
a
is
short
PSVR
story
and
mode within
Quest,
this game
okay.
where you must make choices and explain why you are in the simulation.
That looks crazy.
You do not have to play the story mode to play all the levels of the game.
To be
though.
honest,
there
I'm
is
not really
5
looking for
chapters and
Quest.
16 levels in total.
If there's
The
gonna be a
Living
new
Remain
Quest,
is nearly
maybe.
3-year-old game
But,
out on PC VR.
what I
You
would
can get
really
it on
want is
Steam, but
PC.
what the developers announced
so they will be
is
actually
that
better.
this game will be coming to Meta Quest headsets 2 and 3
Guys, there's literally
on 27th
I've
of
seen
March.
guys playing
This is
Cyberpunk,
a zombie shooter game,
Cyberpunk
so
on
plenty of those already.
in VR.
But if you
Indiana
don't have
Jones in
enough
VR.
just yet, then who knows? Maybe you're gonna
Demon
play
Souls
that one
in
as
VR.
well. The developer saying
The Living-
is this one
what
is
is this?
story
Living
driven.
Remain-
Now
that's a Quest
on
again?
Steam it's got very positive
bad.
reviews. So you know it's on a
I mean,
better
it
side.
would be
but
good to
also
have it all.
It sounds
but
like it's still in
sometimes
the
you
early
can have it
access.
all, man.
So I wonder if with the Quest release the game will actually exit the early access and become a full release.
Okay.
Anyway, so many zombie games that you know, I just wish good luck to developer to stand out, but definitely it's a genre that's getting very overused,
people like
not only in
zombies.
virtual reality but also on the flood games as well. Anyway, moving on to the another story, out
Ashen
today
Arrows.
is Ashen Arrows. I already done review, which is
PSVR and
up on my
Quest.
channel. The game is out on
Interesting.
MetaQuest 3 and 2, and also it's out on PC VR headsets.
Oh.
So, if you're thinking about
pretty
it,
okay.
about buying
Like an
it
indie
or
game,
whatever,
right?
the
Doesn't
review
look like-
is out there waiting for you on the channel,
Looks
if you want so.
interesting.
Okay, that's it for today. If you like what
Okay.
you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel
Alright.
a lot. And
Guys, that's
if you're
pretty
new to the
cool.
channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe.
That's a
It's always better.
Polish Paul VR. Definitely, I like to usually watch his. Oh, he has some Ashen Arrows review. This looks crazy. There's some upcoming VR games. Wait, we
Hello,
need to watch
it's Polish
that.
Paul VR. Welcome to the channel. We are here
Upcoming
today to do
VR
another
games.
episodes
What's coming
of
this?
VR Showcase,
this,
my show in which we're looking at upcoming PC.
Oh, they were saying there's a showcase coming on March 11th or something like that. So that I'm kind of looking forward and really want to see what is
VR,
going.
PSVR2
what is
and
going on,
MetaQuest
but-
games. So let's go, and we're starting
Okay,
from
so what
Quest
we got?
today.
Quest.
Releasing this April, just a couple
You
of
guys
months
let
away,
me know if you would
is
actually get the
Bodycam
Quest.
Unrecord Shooter.
It's not a...
Now, as you can see, it's one of those games
Okay, I
which
thought
got
it's
the
a game
bodycam
before.
footage,
You know,
but
this
put in
footage,
VR.
I
Now,
really thought... Wait a second.
You can see
This
it's one of
footage,
those
I thought that's
couple
the
of
game.
months away.
Like
is
literally, I'm
Bodycam
like, is this for real?
Unrecord Shooter.
Okay.
Now, as you can see, it's one of those games which got the bodycam footage, but put in VR. Now, do not confuse it with the Unrecord game that it's been doing rounds
It
a
looks
couple of
pretty
years
crazy.
ago because of hyper-realistic realism. But this is the different studio, and they just, I think, riding the wave of popularity of that game. Saying that, it still might be a good game. Who knows?
That looks pretty good.
So apparently they've done some consultation with law enforcement professionals in order to make this game more realistic. The missions are dynamic, so the outcome will change based on your decision. The AI, apparently it's very advanced, that's what they're saying. The environment's looking great because they're using photogravity
the 4K
scanned
is just
environment, so it's always gonna look photorealistic. All in all, on paper, sounds good, so hopefully it will deliver not only on paper, but also once it's out on Quest, and it's coming to the Quest 2 as well. So even though it might be looking maybe like just Quest 3 game, because it looks quite good, I must say. But no, Quest 2 owners and Quest Pro, of course, as well will get it. If you want to wishlist it, it's already on Quest Store, so you can go down there and wishlist this game. All in all, looking good. So now let's move on to the another title. Let's talk about Ghost Town. There is no release date for that one yet, but the developer saying it's coming soon. Speaking about the developer, it's a well-known studio to the VR owners. It's Fireproof Games. You know them from The Room, which was very cool virtual reality game. So this is their latest offering.
PSVR2, bro.
Looking great, coming to all the platforms, Quest, PCVR and PSVR2. And you playing as a ghost hunter in London in 1983. Perfect setup. I already liking what I'm seeing. And basically your brother goes suddenly missing and you're like, holy shit, I must go and save him and find him. So you're using your ghost hunting skills, and I know some paranormal skills, I know, I'm assuming that some ghosts took him, to find him. So hopefully eventually you will find him. So yeah, so far looking all good. I really like what I'm seeing, right up my street, because it is single player, it is story rich, looks like it, which is something I really like, especially in VR. So immersive. So looking forward to that one. Of course, for all the other info about this game, stay tuned to the channel, and as soon as I got something on the release date, I will let you know. It's definitely on my radar.
Honestly, I don't know what to expect from it, just from looking at the trailer. I don't know.
And coming soon to MetaQuest and PCVR headsets is Forklift Driving Simulator VR.
Not yet.
Coming from the developers
of like Forklift Simulator, like wow.
Simulator VR. Somebody said not long ago in my comment section that a simulator game for everything.
I mean, if you're starting,
this is yet another example,
this can be
yes,
beneficial. You know, it can be beneficial for people who want to learn how to drive
and you want to try this game already, then you can do so.
But honestly, you know, when you see those like simulators, what is this? Track simulator game, which is my very favorite game, Track Simulator. I spent so much time on the game, and after like playing it like for 70 hours, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life while I'm playing Truck Simulator? You know, it's like you're just on the road and you just like you drive on the arrows, you know, like on a keyboard, and it's like I used to play on a PC, and I'm like, what am I doing, man?
Because the demo is already on both stores out there for free.
But
just go
I can see
and download it and have a go.
Like benefits
now the release date for this game is first quarter of this year, so should be with everyone
how to drive
by the end of March.
You can
now I know
Quest
got this very advanced forklift simulator. It's quite expensive game, but very realistic. So I don't know how this one will hold up. But if you feel like driving a forklift, or you're driving a forklift at work and just cannot get enough of this, then yes, there is a game for you to try and yes, drive a forklift. Why not?
Why not?
And releasing this spring for all the headsets, PSVR, PSVR2,
another game that like
MetaQuest
I really don't want to play
is Crave.
I think in this game you are able to switch between those two modes where you can have ghost in or some like monsters hunting you, which you can turn them off. I would definitely turn them off. So when
this is not an expensive game.
Out, I'm gonna
you can already pre-order it on Quest Store. It only cost $5.99 quid, so about $6-7 in US. In this game, as the title might suggest to you, You are entering a deep, dark cave. And in this cave, you have to explore and survive. And of course, caves, as it goes for them, they can be quite dangerous. And it's very easy to die and be dead body in a dark cave that nobody never find. If you ever watch some videos on YouTube or somewhere, wherever, about people climbing through a tiny little caves, getting stuck and saying, holy shit, that was scary, then this game goes for this vibe. I'm assuming they've got all the climbing and cave mechanics nailed down by this point. So yeah, should be with us very soon.
Dude? Did you see the movie?
And releasing on 13th of June is Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. Now, this game was already announced for PSVR2. During latest state of play, they didn't really show PSVR2, but at the same time, they tweeted and said it is coming to PSVR2. But if you go to the store, the PSVR2 info is removed. So it's kind of tricky situation. Now, Steel Wool Games does release their games, you know, for PSVR2, Five Nights at Freddy's, but I wonder, and that's just me speculating, so I don't want to like be a scaremonger or something, but what's happening is the PSVR2 version might be coming sometime after the flat release, when the developers get some time to work on it.
Again,
unless it's just mistake on the store and the game is still coming at the normal time. Previous Five Nights at Freddy's games in virtual reality was super popular. People loving them, and yeah, I think the game like this, which you know a lot of people still likes to play, it's best play in virtual reality. So we see what's gonna happen, but of course, as always, as I get any news about.
Listen up. If you've been injured in a recent car accident, what you do next can make or break how much money you get. Here's the biggest mistake
about it, something new regarding PSVR2 version, then I will let you know, and of course it would be nice to see this game coming to other VR platforms as well, just so as many people as possible could play it. But if that happens or not, I don't know. Anyway, as of now, it's not cancelled, so PSVR2 version is happening, the developer didn't cancel it, but it's confusing messaging, so that's why I'm wondering if it is slightly delayed. And now, this is a good one. I spoke earlier in this video that I really like story-rich games. It's not getting any better than Before Your Eyes, if any of you played it. Very emotional game. But the studio that made this game doing another virtual reality game called Good Night Universe. And this will be coming at the moment only to PCVR users. But of course, Before Your Eyes did release on other platforms as well. So I hope everyone will get to play it. I'm already super hyped for it. There is no release date yet. The publisher is Skybound Games. You know them from the Walking Dead series, as the trailer shows you nicely. So yeah, I'm assuming there's gonna be some very nice and very cool narrative story. You start in the game as a 6-month-old baby that is developing mysterious psychic powers. And what you want most is to be loved and accepted by your family, but a secretive tech corporation wants you for their own. And as weird as it sounds, it's probably not be as weird. Once you start playing the games, there probably some secondary meaning and the message to it. But I super cannot wait. I'm gonna play it day one. I already know I'm liking this game, even though I didn't play it yet. And now let's talk about Civilization 7 VR, announced for MetaQuest 3, coming soon.
Dude!
Now, it's a bit of controversial issue here. So the game is already out, the flat game. We spit on flat people with their pathetic
Civilization.
Flat lives.
My friend have on Civilization over... He said like he's almost embarrassed. Like let's just say over 2,000 hours, 3,000, maybe 3,000 hours. That game is pretty insane, and that will be actually really fun to play. I'm interested
but
how
anyway,
it's gonna be.
The game released to very good reviews from the press.
If it's gonna be like in the style like when you play, if you guys ever played Demeo, I really like that one. So hopefully.
And currently on Metacritic stands
cool.
at 80%, but the user
it's
score,
only Quest though.
That's a different story. Only 3.6 out of 10.
It's only
terrible.
on Quest though.
And on Steam, from users, got very mixed reviews. Now what the developers did,
so,
they kind of tried to reinvent the
I
wheel.
actually need
They
to
changed a
get
lot of things,
Quest
simplified a lot of
game,
tasks,
huh?
and of course hardcore Civilization players, which
That's
is people who gonna
shame.
buy your game first and post the reviews, they are
Why
not
I thought
happy
it's
because the
gonna be on
game kind of for
PlayStation
them
VR.
become meaningless. Now,
That's such a shame.
I never really been into Civilization games, but I'm assuming after 6 of them games, they decided, okay, we cannot just do the same, maybe let's change things, and some people are not happy.
And learn it in
So
VR.
also
I
I need
it's
to
a
mention
really
that
deep game,
on Steam,
it's real
for
fun,
this
so-
type of AAA game published by 2K Games, since the release date, this game only gathered 21,000 reviews, which seems a lot for if it was VR game,
Dude.
but for flat game, spit on it. Sadly, it's not. So it looks like not that many people even bought it, probably because of users' reviews. But I wonder
People
if all
don't
that,
like it,
you know,
huh?
the
People
simplification,
don't like a
gonna work
Civilization?
great for people who never touched the
7?
Civilization
That is
series,
interesting.
and a lot
I
of those
kind of
people
want to ask
gonna
my
be on
friend which
MetaQuest platforms.
Civilization he played.
And
I
somehow
think he was
I got
talking
feeling,
about
and I
5.
won't be surprised if this game gonna manage to sell more
I thought
in
that
virtual reality
this one
copies
is pretty good.
than it does on PC. We're gonna see. But it's a bit of a drama with it. Like I said, press likes it, good reviews.
Huh.
People not so. So we see what's gonna happen. But just wanted to mention it. Coming in 2024, no
Zombie
more
Army.
is Zombie Army VR.
Oh, we're gonna get this
The
on a
latest update on the
PlayStation
website,
VR2.
of course,
Okay, what is
post
it?
2025 release.
I'm just wondering if it's gonna be
now, and
crossplay.
2024
You know?
long gone, and the game didn't release. So, being published by Rebellion and developed by XR Games is Zombie Army VR. Now, you might think, what's happening with this game and why is it that it's not out yet? So, I'm assuming the game might be good, I don't know, but the XR Games themselves, they had to lay off loads of stuff, like shitloads. There is not that many people left working for the studio, so much less people working on this game, and I'm assuming a lot of work was already done before they laid off stuff. But probably
But
there
yeah,
is a
you're
lot
right.
of
Maybe we
work to do as well
too
still.
many zombie
And
games,
of course, with
you know?
less manpower means longer
Like one of the
time
best
edge
zombie
for
games
release.
done
Now,
was
lays off
Arizona
happens
to me,
everywhere
probably
in every
Arizona
studio.
and Pavlov.
After
There's
COVID,
a really
there was
good
during
zombie
COVID there was this boom. Everyone was playing game because we all was locked up at home, and just being like, fine, I play some games. I didn't complain anyway. But what's happened is the studios employed loads of people because loads of people was buying games. Now COVID ended, people started going outside, living their lives as they did before COVID.
Duh.
And the studios
Right.
are like, holy shit, we got so many people. We could be paying them so much money, but not as many people play our games anymore. So of course that's why there is so many
people
lays
start
offs.
touching grass.
But one way or another, I'm assuming Zombie Army will
People
release this
start
coming
playing
to everything, Quest,
actual
PCVR and
reality, isn't
PSVR2. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know which game you're
Well,
picking up for which
So
platform.
I guess this is from the
And
news,
if
man.
you like what you're seeing, then please
play
press
the
a like. It
first one
does
on
help the
PSVR
channel
1.
a lot. And if you're new to the channel
So yeah,
and are not
that's-
subscribed,
I guess
then
this is
subscribe.
from the
It's
news.
always better
That's what
when
I
it's
wanted to
more of
do,
us.
really.
And that's it. Bye 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 bye.
Guys, it's like 8:40. I think we completed what we needed it to. So what is the best game? I actually really thought that I'm looking forward for Civilization, but unfortunately Civilization it's not gonna be on PlayStation VR 2, which is a little saddening. And that would be probably the only game that I'm. What was there? What was there? To be honest, like if we go through this part, okay. So there's one thing: Behemoth patch 9 GB. It's better gameplay, right? They say it's way better gameplay. So I'm kind of looking forward. What is this? Is this us? Oh my god. It's probably better gameplay. So Behemoth gonna be one. Then unfortunately Civilization, it's not the Civilization. So Behemoth, we're gonna be playing Behemoth on Saturday, hopefully. And what was here? What was here? Ghost Town. I don't know. Cave Grave. I don't know how much what do you say, 5 Nights, right? Yeah, I'm not really, there's not much news, to be honest. Civilization 7, again, I wish I wish it was on a PSVR2, but because they showed the Civilization 7, I'm very curious. I got this game Demeo, and it's really good multiplayer game, and it reminds me a little bit of Heroes Might and Magic 5, if you guys remember. I don't know, you probably, just let me know if you do remember it. And it's like this turn-based game where you just go around the map, and you know, it's a turn-based game, so it's not as flashy or action. There's not much action like in Pavlov, or you know, other games like Horizon and stuff. This is more turn-based. You chill, you can actually sit down, and but Demeo sounds pretty good. It's kind of like Civilization in a way, because it's very strategic. And yeah, guys, I want to tell you good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. I think we can do this like a weekly, just to go through some news. If you're gonna have guys anything on a Discord, you can always share some links so we can then watch it together. You know, I'm not gonna be watching them. We can collect a couple like links and just go through them. You know, go through some news. And yeah, guys, good night. You know, I think that was pretty fun. Okay, so see you on a live stream maybe next week again, or if we're gonna see anything. All right. So we now have to turn this off. Sign off. Bye, guys. Good night, guys. All right. Stop.